How you doing? This is Ronald French, the founder and pastor of Access Sanctuary and Chapels. There's been a phenomena going on with people of all kinds of different uncommon belief systems. Not just one or two, but actually a handful. From my own personal experience to experiences from other people. When you go off and you make a proclamation as to what you believe and how you believe it, that's yours. You own it. You said, hey, this is mine. And the thing is, when you do that, you made yourself an identifier. You're a witch, you're a pagan, you're a Satanist, you're a druid, you worship Daffy Duck, whatever the case may be. When a person says that you're doing it wrong, or you're not a witch, you're not a pagan, you're not a Satanist, you're not this, you're not that, understand the source of the information coming from that person. In other words, who are they? What are they? Where they're coming from? What makes them the big shot? Now, with me, I had because of what I'm doing with Access Sanctuary and Chapels, I have another video channel that I do as a Satanist for Satanism, and I was told by a Christian I wasn't a Satanist, I was a dark pagan. Do I take offense? No. Hey, rock on. My attitude is, for my belief system, I am not restricted to a particular guideline or standards. I'm not dictated by my belief. I dictate my belief. I am who I am. Now, with Access Sanctuary and Chapels being a universal coexist church, how does that come into play with everybody else? It's easy. It's for the individual. It's for you. It's for what you believe in. So when someone tells you you're not doing this right, think of it as an opinion. I ask people 2 cents all the time. What do you think of this? What do you think of that? And some people will be upfront and tell me blatantly what they think. And some people will be, they'll dance around the fire a little bit before they get to the point. My point being to you is, if someone criticizes you for your belief, it's telling you that you're not who you say you are, think of it as an opinion in regards to this. When you ask someone an opinion, you're only telling them usually the highlights of what you're asking them for, or you're telling them the highlights of a conflict that's within you or your situation. So they only see that. They don't see the whole story. They're also going to tell you by the perspective of their feet, by their way of life, their experience in life. So in other words, if you're if you're a pizza maker and you're asking an opinion of someone who stocks boxes, he's only going to give you the references of his box stocking experience. You see? So it's not going to be something that someone can understand fully or empathetically, because they're not living your life. They're not wearing your shoes. But the thing is, I never take away what they have to offer. Even the critics. Critics go off and they'll tell me I'm bad or this, or I'm not good, or I'm not who I say I am. Or they might even question, who are you? And the funny part is, when you look at the person who's saying all this, you can turn it around and go, well, who are you? What makes you the authority? Is this your tradition? Is it named after you? Look at Access Sanctuary and Chapels online fellowship. We have over 25 listed witchcraft groups, because each witchcraft unto itself was its own religion. Whether you're talking Strega, Dianic, Alexandrian, these are 3 different ones in particular, by culture, by timeline, and also by just by their own traditions. And that's the thing. Whether you belong to a tradition or not, or you're eclectic, you're independent, whatever you want to call yourself, your identifier is yours. So when someone has an opinion about their belief, it's strictly theirs from their perspective. So when someone gives you a ration of shit telling you, well, you're not a pagan or a witch or whatever, the thing is, are they? And also, what kind of boat do they have to stand on? What do they have to show for their accomplishments? And this is coming from a very, objective look, because I've had people tell me they're a high priestess or high priest. Well, where's your coven? No, I got one person. Okay. It's like working at a store, you know, a little convenience store, and you're the manager, and there's like a part-timer underneath you. You know, you're the boss of one person, maybe one and a half. You know, that makes you a big gobbledygook person, right? You know, where's your books? You know, where's your publications? Where's your website? Where's your, you know, what do you have to show for what you do? You know, and that's the problem. People are big on titles, or they want to show how big and fancy pants they are. And the reality of the matter is, you know, are they that fancy? Are they really that big? That doesn't matter. A lot of people relish a lot of their history as fact, as, you know, they're trying to relive their highlights of their past, but they have nothing to show for in the present. I've had that happen. I had somebody call me up, gave me their full resume over the phone because they want to do something with my publication, but they have nothing to show for what they do now. Well, that means you have nothing to show for. You know, so when you look at somebody who's criticizing you, take it as an opinion you didn't ask for, and understand it for what it is. You know, is this person actually going to tell you they're going to go off and have the authority over you, telling you, yes, you are a, you know, whoever they, you know, who you claim to be? You make your own identifier. If you proclaim you're a witch, you're a pagan, you're a Satanist, you're a druid, you're whatever, well, that's your proclamation. That's your identifier. That shows where your philosophical, emotional, spiritual beliefs, essence, whatever it might be, your direction is. You know, it may not jive with other people. It might even jive with your own people. And the funny part is, it only should jive only for one person, and that's the person you see in the mirror. So, you know, opinions are funny. They're like assholes. Everyone's got one and they all smell. So, if someone wants to give you a hard time about who and what you are, or how you believe, or whether you're doing it right, you know, again, look at the moron who is telling you this, because after all, chances are they have nothing to show for what they believe in. And if that's the case, well, it's kind of like the kid who licks the window calling you the retard. So take care, and bye for now.